Joining me now is Catalin Kilofliski. He is the CEO of Canagold Resources. Great to see you.
Great to see you also.
Yeah, so you've got what you call the highest grade gold project in Western Canada. You're also back at the helm now. Big transformation for the company, new board, new management. So give us a snapshot of what you've been doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, you are correct. Canagold is sitting on the highest grade undeveloped gold project in Western Canada with a path to a production decision. Everything has changed with the company. For those people that are familiar with the old story of Canagold Resources, New Polaris, this is a story that's been around for 30 years. But it's really literally in the last 6 months or so that fundamentally everything has changed. And what I mean by that is really a change in the ownership of the company. We now have a very significant shareholder that owns about 40% of the shares, which is a private group called Sun Valley Investments. And it's a group that's a miner. They do have 2 gold mines in production in Colombia right now, and a huge team of very high talented technical people, right? So they have both the technical capacity and financial means to advance the project towards a production decision. So it's a significant change. And with that, of course, we have a new board, which is made out of very experienced people and really new energy, a new path forward, right? So it's very exciting, for sure.
So you're drilling, you're defining the resource, you're planning a PEA in a while. So what can we expect?
Well, it's actually a little bit more than that. So we've announced about 3 months ago the commencement of the bankable feasibility study, right? So the bankable feasibility has commenced. It's undergoing as we speak right now. Drilling has been largely completed for what's required for the feasibility study. So we'll be looking to update the resource report probably at some point in Q1 of this year, so very soon. But we feel that we already have enough to justify a very robust project, which will be all wrapped up together in the feasibility study, targeted to be completed roughly in about 12 months.
Okay.
Right? But also what's important to know, not only we are advancing the bankable feasibility study, we are on a clear path to permitting. And 2 notes there of interest. One, we've announced a few days ago an initial agreement with TRTFN, which is the one First Nation where we have the project in their territory, which has been tremendously supportive to development of the project in a sustainable way. So it's been great what we've done with TRTFN. It's really the beginning of a long-term partnership with them. So we've announced an initial agreement a few days ago. Stay tuned for more developments as things progress there. The second one is really the commencement of the permitting process, like the formal commencement of it. And we expect literally in the next week or 2 to announce the actual filing for permitting. Why that's important is really because it triggers the clock, right? We all know in BC, roughly we expect probably to get permitting in about 3 years. So that's important to have the clock started, right? So stay tuned for more news on that as well.
So you've got the Sun Valley backing to get through the feasibility study, and then you want to get into construction by 25. So what are the keys to staying on track, executing, and maybe moving the needle on the stock too?
Absolutely. I mean, that's exactly, you touch one word, executing. When you have a history of 30 years and starts and stops, people lose confidence, right? They lose the confidence that things are going to get done. So we have to execute, and that's really our main objective and our execution. So we're very much focused on that. The second thing, again, due to the same reason, to regain the investor confidence, it does take time, and you have to execute before you actually have the share price reflect your true value, right? So we are doing some investor outreach, but not very keen on that. We are more keen on execution right now. We really feel that once we execute, and the execution will come in steps. It's not one thing at a time, right? It's one step and another step and another step. Investor in the market should recognize the value of the company, which, by any common sense, it should be much higher than where it is today.
Well, thank you for coming in. Thanks for the update, and we'll be following.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Great stuff. Okay. Catalin Kilofliski, he's the CEO of Canagold Resources.